Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 30th of 2020, and ever since the very end of the Skywalker saga and The Mandalorian Season 2, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, and others out there, like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, we do know that they are now currently on the road to success here, given of what happened with the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian. We all witnessed before our very own eyes exactly what Disney is capable of doing if they put their minds to it by hiring the right creators and allowing those creators to work on their own. And that's exactly what Disney did with The Mandalorian. You know, both Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau pretty much poured their heart and soul into Season 2 of Mando, and look at what we got. We got a complete 180 out of the Star Wars fandom. There's a lot of fans that left the franchise that are now coming back. Things are looking brighter each and every month, with a lot of new Star Wars projects in the pipeline, as well as others right on the horizon. Now, with that being said, of course, what's really exciting all has to do with creator Jon Favreau. Now, Jon Favreau, I gotta say, is the man who created the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, starting off with Iron Man 1 back in 2008. I mean, let's not forget that he also plays a major character in the MCU, Happy. And it really is quite a surprise to know that he has also been involved with Daredevil, you know, the movies with Ben Affleck. So he's been associated with, you know, a lot of superhero content, and now he's getting more into the Star Wars content. Now, on top of all of this, alright, given that The Mandalorian Season 2 is now over, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are hard at work on developing the future of Star Wars along with the new projects for the universe. It's described that in a recent interview, Jon Favreau was questioned about Lucasfilm's leadership, to which he was questioned about Kathleen Kennedy. Jon Favreau went on to reveal that Kathleen Kennedy was not involved, really, with The Mandalorian on a creative level, like with the sequel trilogy films, and that this was an agreement that he and others made in order to recreate the vision of George Lucas. Favreau goes on to reveal that Kathleen Kennedy, surprisingly, also in the beginning suggested to make some major changes for The Mandalorian Season 2 before the season aired on Disney+. However, they didn't want to go through any changes of this masterpiece that they had created for the fans. Favreau reveals that, of course, only he and Dave Filoni, his partner, as well as George Lucas, decided to work close together to recreate George's vision of Star Wars. Favreau also unveiled that Kathleen Kennedy eventually stepped away from trying to work on Mandalorian creatively speaking, and of course is focused on her Acolyte series with Leslie Headland as of right now. Now, let's stop right here for 1 second before we move on. Now, the thing about this is that Jon Favreau is a man who knows exactly what he's doing. This is a guy that knows a lot of the lore, maybe not as much as Dave Filoni does, but he knows a lot of the lore of Star Wars and exactly what Star Wars means to the fans. It's exactly why they nailed it with that entrance of Luke Skywalker. Some people may very well debate on whether or not the CGI on Luke was pretty much well done. I, however, think it was good enough for a television budget. I thought it was amazing. I have no complaints. I really have no complaints about the CGI work done on Luke, because we're focused on just Luke's presence, what he had done to the Dark Troopers, how he confronts Mandalorian, you know, Din Djarin, Grogu, Cara Dune, Bo-Katan, you name it, and takes Grogu with him. That's what we're focused on, not necessarily the CGI face and how well it's done. Just the fact that Luke is there is more than sufficient. Now, obviously The Mandalorian with Kathleen Kennedy in the beginning stages, pushing the idea to make major changes is not a big shocker at all. In fact, you guys may recall that Jon Favreau revealed a couple of weeks ago that Kathleen Kennedy originally wanted The Mandalorian to strictly be a Boba Fett TV series, and look at where we're going now. So now Jon Favreau was smart because he wanted to introduce a new character first, actually establish that character, and then branch off to Boba Fett. Jon Favreau's plan worked out a lot better. This was the way to go. This was the example of why Favreau knows exactly how to really kind of just build the hype and build things from the ground up and then branch things off with other projects. He actually did this very well. Had The Mandalorian been a Boba Fett show from the very beginning, some fans may have just viewed it as, you know, a little too rushed or poorly done by Kathleen Kennedy. It would have been done by Kathleen Kennedy. Let's not forget about this. So, like I've said, guys, I think that Jon Favreau, at the end of the day, he is a man that really is trying to deliver. He is a guy that is working very close with Dave Filoni and George Lucas. These three, we're going to have a lot of great new projects coming in the future. So with that being said, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night.